The next thing we're going to do is we're going to ask people for information on that contract. So have you taken the creative class yet? The marketing creative request class?
Yes, yes, I did. Yes.
Excellent. So you're familiar with proofing.
Yeah, with image proofing. We just did image proofing. Yeah.
Yes. Excellent. So we are going to proof the PDF now, and if you'd like, you can use this version 1. We just have that, or you can use the version you just downloaded. Whatever you prefer, Alessandro. So we're going to upload the initial proof. We're going to put some feedback on the proof and then ask the requester for more information. So let's go through that. I'm going to go to my sheet, and if you want to watch me first and then you can do it, you're more than welcome. I'm actually going to do one little thing on the side here, and I'm going to see if I can log in as another person in Smartsheet. Alex.Ramos. I apologize. I did have this set up beforehand.
No, sorry, don't worry.
And then 2020 evidently got in the way. So, so I was right with her initial email. I'm going to flip that back. Excellent. So still working with Alex Ramos. I am going to, on this row, now click proofing. I don't need to turn on proofing anymore, which is nice. So I'm just going to click add a proof. And I'm going to upload that file that I just made. So I'm going to click upload. I have that version 1 right here, and I'm going to click open. So the PDF is going to render here. Eventually, this is going to be a full screen proof, but that's coming down the line. So I've uploaded this version. I'm still the contract manager, and what I've noticed is that Alex did not provide a lot of good information here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, choose the comment on an area. I'm going to select, and then I'm going to say, where is my copy and paste? I'm going to mention Alex. We can't really make a contract with just a couple words, right? So this is where I, as a contract manager, I'm going to ask Alex for information. So I'm going to post the comment. Actually, I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to post this comment first. I'm not going to tag Alex. And what I'm going to do is I'm then going to request feedback from Alex. So I am going to say, hi, Alex Ramos. And I'm going to paste this here. So I'm going to say, hi, Alex. Thanks for submitting the form to make a new contract. Please look over my questions and provide feedback. Once you've submitted all your feedback to my questions, let me know that this requires changes by clicking requires changes. Now, what I like to do, and maybe it's just from my former work life, I don't want that person to download the file. I don't want them to have I don't want them to think that they need to download it in order to make changes. I want them to work right in proofing. So I am going to uncheck that box. And then I'm going to say, Amy. So I'm going to click send. Now, you can see a few things, as you know. Alex's face is up here now. and it's saying we are requiring one approval from her. I'm going to go find where Alex, I'm going to go show you now. Hopefully Alex got that notification by now. Excellent, she did. So Alex has been asked to fix this. I'm going to pull up Alex's smart sheet. So I am now logged in as Alex. I'm going to click the bell icon and see proofing. There's some changes required. So I'm going to review the proof. Alex is going to see she didn't provide enough information. So I am going to be able to choose what I want to put in here. Alex might say, so sorry, please use the following. And then I'm just going to copy some, again, more fake data. You can see they're going to be zeros instead of real dates. Alex will paste that here and submit that. I'm going to get a notification that Alex responded to me, and Alex is going to say that this requires changes. Excellent. Now we're no longer Alex. I'm going to move that over. That has been sent off, and I'm going to refresh Smartsheet. You can see my bell icon is letting me know Alex requires changes on the proof. Let's look at those. I now know as the contract person, Alex has given me this information. So I need to now go edit the document outside of Smartsheet and upload a new one. We will do that. We have one already set up for you. But before we do that, do you have any questions about the proofing process that we just went through?
No, no. I think
Excellent.
it's very clear. Yeah.
Excellent. So now we've got this conversation going. All right. So I'm going to pause here. How about you go do that on your side and let me know when you have experimented with that. You're probably going to ask yourself these two questions.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about how we can bring in another person. So with that being said, Alessandro, I'm going to open up. You probably know how to annotate the proof, request feedback from the requester. Or are there any particular instructions you want me to leave up on the screen so you can see them?
No, I think I can manage it, just downloading the right document. I think I can do it.
Excellent. Yep.
I try if I have problems I ask you, and
All right.
maybe in the first that's the document. Okay. Just the first step, I think I have to attach the proof.
Excellent.
So.
All right. I will let you do it.
Okay, so the proofing, we are doing proofing. So prova, that's right. It's prova in Italiano. That's
It's what?
prova, prova.
Prova.
It's not the right word. It's prova is means try, and it's different from proof. But so I tried to switch in English, but it's complicated. So I couldn't work it out, but it's all right. Okay, I'm proofing.
Excellent.
Okay.
It sounds a little bit like French because, I mean, we say write an essay, and then essayer is your work. I kind of get where you're coming from. All the romantic languages blend a little bit, right?
Okay, so I have to comment, right? I found the proof, and I write this, and then I comment to someone. I comment to myself, is it right?
Yes.
Please. You said not to mention it yet, because I asked for feedback. Please, Alex. Okay, so I say I put this and then I ask for feedback. So I make a comment and I ask for feedback to myself. Okay. Object che tu okay, I can compile this or not. Oh, I do not download to download the file. Okay, I'm bad and I don't want them to download that. So that's right. Okay, and then it comes to myself, the signal. Yes, the bell, rings the bell. Alessandro wants to see marketing video. I don't know if it's marketing video. I don't know why, anyway. Okay, I open and I found, all right, that information. Okay, I respond, say, okay. Blah, 100,000 euros, so much. Interesting.
Yes, euros. I should be saying euros with you. Yes.
Yeah, euros, yeah. And then what should I have to do? I wrote this and I say a request for changes, modificates changes. I request for changes and then that's it. And then I go back and I should have another notification still to myself. Alessandro requests to himself to make modification. And so I view in Smartsheet and okay. Okay, that's right. I think I got this. Okay. So now I have to download. I have to make modifications and then upload a new file. That's right.
Yes. So you've said you've clicked the requires change button, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. So that's where we're going to go through this second round of proofing, and I can demonstrate that for you.
Okay.
So Alex now says that she requires those changes. Yes?
Yeah.
I'm going to say great. So I am the contract manager. I am going to go to version 1 and say create new version.
Okay.
I'm going to end the request. And as you know, you're not, nothing else, the thing is like totally dying here. We're just saying that this version of the proof is going to be over. People won't be able to give their opinion afterwards. So I'm going to click end request.
Okay.
I'm going to upload that version 2. Mine might look slightly different than yours, but that's okay. So this is where the contract manager said, Mark Lee, because that's the original story. My names are a little bit different. Again, we write a real description here of what is going to change, and that's okay. We still have everybody's name here. Excellent. So now I'm actually going to ask for feedback from Alex again, because I want her to sign off on the official version of this. So I'm going to request feedback. I'm going to ask Alex again. And what I'm going to ask her this time, though, is here. So thanks for your initial feedback. I have incorporated into this draft. Let me know if you approve or if changes are required. If you approve, we're going to bring the vendor into the approval. Now, that is going to be important. And I do want to show you that because I do have a third person I can be today. So you can see all of the different, it's hard because you're one person and you don't always have multiple Smartsheet emails. So I'm going to be 3 different people today.
Okay.
And what we're saying is that once Alex approves, we're going to keep her approval on there. And if that vendor has any questions, they're going to have a discussion. I still don't want them to download it, so I'm going to click send. We're asking Alex for feedback. I'm going to go through all of mine. And I'm going to see just now feedback. Alex is going to look at this one and say, looks great. Submit that, and Alex is going to approve. Excellent. Because Alex approved, I'm going to move that over. I now know this. Alex approved it. I get to view it in Smartsheet. It opens up a new tab. Don't know why, but it does. And now I am going to pull in the vendor. Now the vendor is also going to be myself in a different email address. So what I'm going to say here, I'm going to request feedback, and I'm going to say, I'm going to send it to Alex so she knows I'm talking to the vendor. And then I am going to send it to my third email, and I'm going to pull that up. So that's amy.mckenna at demo.mbfcore.com. Excellent. Now, this is the tricky part. What I am going to say here is that that vendor is going to have to make a Smartsheet account. Again, doesn't have to have a license, but they will need to log in order to be part of this process. So if they are if they're a person outside your organization, you might want to let them know ahead of time that you're going to use this really cool tool at no cost to them.
Right.
So we're going to pretend that everybody has Smartsheet in this scenario, and I'm going to click send. Now, Alex already provided her feedback, and we're still on version 2. So Alex is still approving this current iteration of the contract. And we're going to get real fancy here, Alessandro. I'm going to pull over this last profile, and I'm going to refresh. We're going to see what it looks like in this email. Alex will get something that looks just like this too, by the way. Hi all, please see the draft, and I'm going to review the proof. Now, I, as the vendor, could ask questions of Alex. I could ask her, what some changes are so I can annotate it. But I'm going to say it all works. I'm going to say, looks good. Let's sign. And I'm going to then click approve. So what you noticed there is that I see one response pending, and I'm Amy MBF right now. I see one response pending, and I see one person has already approved. If I hover over it, Alex's approval is still there, which is a really nice indicator. So now both of us approve. Fantastic. I'll refresh this and open up that proof. And now you can see all of us have collaborated. Amy at Hilo, Alex Ramos, and then Amy at MBF. So 3 different people are all working on one document in a really seamless way. All right, I'm going to let you do that part now. Upload that new proof, and then request feedback from the vendor. If you don't have another email address, that's okay, but you could send it to yourself again. So I'll let you do that, Alessandro.
I already did the first part, and I'm trying to Enter. Without becoming schizophrenic, trying to enter with my wife account.
That's what spouses are for, right? You get to borrow their email address for things.
Ok, sorry, Franca, scusa, mi entri qui un attimo sul tuo account Gmail di Smartship? Qua. No, qui sulla mia finestra. Sorry, Amy.
That's okay.
Mi metti la tua password di Gmail. È giusta?
Oddio, ma è dollaro?
Okay, let's see if it works. Okay. Yes, she has a request. Oh, Alessandro wants to review the marketing video. Okay, I am in my wife's account, and okay, so yeah, I already asked, waiting for our response, and she says it's okay for me.
You always need your wife's permission, right?
Yeah, okay, and she approves now, right? You say she's going to approve. You say okay, so I should have 2 approval. That's right. So okay, we did it.
Molto
Okay.
bene.
Molto bene. You speak Italian?
No, my sister took in high school, and my mother's best friend is Italian. Her husband worked for the UN, so I picked up a little bit whenever we saw Aunt Dorothy and Uncle Guido. So just a little.
Great. Next lesson we do it in Italian.
You're teaching then, Alessandro.
Okay,
I can't.
okay. That's right.
No.
Okay, so she approved. Okay, so we see these 2 different things, and I should find on my account, I should find something that is changed. That's right. I have 2 approved and 0 requests. So it should be okay. Great.
Wonderful.
Great.
So we're there.
We did it. We did it.
We did get there. Excellent.
Okay.
So now that we've got this is where we're going to do a little bit of hand-waving magic, because at this point, Smartsheet does not have an integration with an online signatory program like DocuSign or Acrobat Sign, what have you. So we don't have that right now. So this is where we do have another manual step. What we are going to say is that the contract manager is going to mark the proof as completed.
Okay.
I'm going to say okay. And then what we're going to do is we are going to upload a signed contract to this row. So our proof is done. Maybe we flip it into routed for signatures, kind of what you said before. If you are doing it electronically, maybe you have it printed for signatures for some of your patients. And then what we are going to do is we're going to take that signed contract and we're going to attach it. And this is my original, my first version. I want to upload a new version. I'm going to say we're going to have that version 3 signed, and we're going to have it take over. So if we look at our version history, version 1 and version 2, our version 2 has Carlos Soltero and Mark Lee as the 2 signatories, which didn't follow with the stories of the emails I had access to at all, but I think you understand what we just did.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay. So I substitute with the version. I have the version of the documents, and I can see version 1 and version. Okay. The version 1 is the one we proved, and the version 2 is the one we signed. That's right. Great.
Exactly. So now,
why do you open it in the Windows and I download it? It's just a question. When you click on your file, on your attached file, you